As your Green MP, I would not only fight for the NHS, but I would fight to stop the privatisation under stealth that we're seeing and reverse the contracts with private profitable firms. Hi everyone. So I've just been driving home after I finished work, and I just thought I'd stop up at Darland Bank so I can do a little video in my car. My car is going to feature quite heavily in these videos, not least because I unfortunately have to do a lot of driving around Medway for my work. And yes, it is a diesel car. Unfortunately, I can't afford an electric car yet. So I am a hypocritical green who has to use a vehicle that is fueled by diesel, something that we obviously want to stop. But this particular video is about health and the NHS. I've been using the NHS very regularly since about the age of 13. I basically came down or woke up with, however you want to say it, a condition called psoriatic arthritis. And now as I've got older, I've actually accumulated quite a few of the autoimmune diseases that women in particular are more likely to get throughout their life. I'm now an ambulatory wheelchair user, and you'll see my wheelchair tucked away in the back. I don't need it for inside the house. I can use my legs in the house, and I use a stick if I need to. But outside, I simply don't have the energy or the pain capacity to walk any long distance at all. So I'm a proud wheelchair user, and I use it as a tool as someone would use a bike or a scooter. It basically allows me to do a hell of a lot more than I could do without it. So what does that mean about my interactions with the NHS? Well, over the years, obviously you can appreciate I've had many admissions to hospital, tests in hospital, investigations in numerous departments, be it rheumatology, be it gastric, be it neurology. So I have quite a lot of experience at being a patient. And I'll tell you one thing, the people that work in the hospital, whether they're British born or whether they've come over from another country to work in our NHS, are amazing. They are fundamentally brilliant people who are doing it to look after us. But they're at a really high risk. The amount of money that is on offer for nurses, carers, doctors, consultants, surgeons to work in privately funded healthcare system is meaning that we're losing a lot of staff. And we need to look at the retention and how we can actually encourage our doctors to do not just the training with the NHS, but to then stay in the NHS to treat afterwards. I've seen a lot of privatisation happen in the NHS. I have various prescription providers, the majority of which are profit-making companies. I've got one medication in particular which I rely on that you can't even get on an NHS prescription. You can only get it privately, which I think, just especially as this particular medication has now been approved for chronic pain, arthritis, cancer treatment, people that have epilepsy, things that could be seriously helped through this medication, that they can't get it unless they go private, and it costs over £60 a month to get it. And I'm very lucky that I can get that, because without it, everything I do would be affected. So I just wanted to give my thanks to the NHS and pledge to protect the NHS and stop the profitable companies from being able to tender for contracts that need to be done on a non-profit basis. And I am in full support of junior doctors and nurses as they look for pay rises, because if we do not give them the pay that they deserve, they will go private, and we will lose that massive talent from our system. So that's my video for now. I'm going to get home in a minute because I've got to get home for the school run. But I want you to know that as a Green Party MP, I would fight for our NHS tooth and nail. See you later. Bye.